Aloha! Welcome to the Walking in Aloha, Let's Talk Story podcast. We're so glad to have you here. At Como Mai. Now here's our podcast host and award-winning author, Michelle.
Aloha everyone, and welcome to the Walking in Aloha Let's Talk Story podcast and our 90-day Jumpstart to 2026. We are on day 14 of our 90-day Aloha Always Challenge. Day 14, that is 2 weeks in, guys. 2 weeks. That is awesome. So, day 14, we are in our leadership and love week. I know when I say week, it's 7 days, it's 14 days, and that is a literal week. But I started on the 3rd because I'm counting out the 90 days to the 31st of December. So it did not start from Sunday to Sunday. It's not like an actual week. So if you're following along and you're like, well, that's not a week. No, it's not. It's not an actual Sunday to Sunday kind of week. 7 days. It's not counted out that way. So it may get a little confusing for some, but if you're following along day by day, it'll still be 7 days. It'll still be 14 days. Today is the 16th of October. And like I said, I started on October 3rd. So I was already 3 days into the month. And so I'm off by 2 days, right? So yeah, the way that it looked was when I started. Anyway, you know what I mean. Don't get too confused. Don't get hooked on the numbers. That's not the whole main point of it. The whole point is to have a jump start into 2026. We don't have to wait until the 31st of December to make that New Year's resolution, to say that I'm going to make a change. Trent Shelton was the one that gave me this idea. He doesn't wait until the 1st of December to make a change. I think he does a 30-day. Don't quote me. Go look at his stuff. He's amazing. He's the one that gave me this idea of starting early, because there's too many times when you start at the end of the year and then into the new year, you drop out and start to, like fall off of the horse or whatever they say. Now your year is not where you want it to be, and you're already well into the year. What if you didn't wait until the year started and you were ahead of the game? You did your practice run, you did your failing, you did your trip ups before the year started. So in this 90 days, we're going to have those. We're going to have those hiccups. Like I said, I was going to come in every day at the 11 o'clock hour. I came in late, I don't know, 2 to 3 times. I don't know what it was, but I still came in, right? It is what it is. But the consistency counts, right? Consistency counts. As I'm recording myself, I'm realizing that I say right all the time. I say all the time. It helps me with my speaking. It helps me with practicing. So it's a good thing. It is what it is. And I learn from each of this. And I hope that I can give you something to learn. So as we are here on day 14, 2 weeks in. Let me see. How many? AI. So, computer, October 16, day 14. Let me refresh this. It's taking forever in a day, but it is what it is. Let me read this. October. Yeah. So, I wanted to make sure I was counting correct. Because, when I started saying it, I was like, am I counting correct? Because I swear I did. 90 days is December 31st. So, just remember that. As we go along, it'll be 90 days. So let's carry on with today. Today is day 14, loving, reflection, and renewal. The scripture is John 15:12. My command is love each other as I have loved you. The affirmation is, as I love others, I reflect the heart of Christ. As I love others, I reflect. I have to admit, we have been in this government shutdown, right? And it is actually really hard. It is really hard for us to go to work. Well, okay, I'm not going to say us, I'm going to say me. So I want to only speak for myself. I don't want to speak for everyone else who's at work right now and having to go to work without getting paid. In this government shutdown, essential workers like myself have to go to work without getting paid. We will get paid later. When is later? I don't. And I have to admit that it does get hard because we are there and we are not getting paid 2 weeks in now. So we are working 5 days. That is a work week. We are on 14 days. So that is more than 2 weeks of work. Get it? That's a long time. And you go into work and you try to put on the happy face. You try to be as good as you can with passengers. You be as polite as you can. You do your job because you are called to do your job. But then there's people, you know, they don't know or they don't care, okay, majority of people, they don't know or they don't care. There are few, and I thank you for those who are thankful and say something. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My coworkers, thank you. We are very appreciative of the ones who stop and say thank you for being here. I understand. Yes, we thank you. We appreciate that. But then there are those who come in and they give the attitude, or they give you a hard time, or they, act like you're not doing enough. And you're like, you don't understand. You're like, you don't understand what I'm really doing. I am here. I am here so you can fly today. I am here so that you are safe today. The reason I am here is so that when you get on your plane, your children are safe and you can get to your destination knowing that you will make it to your destination. Yeah, people are sometimes they bring knives on the plane. They bring things that do not belong on a plane. Would you feel so safe? Would you feel so safe knowing that the bag that is under the seat in front of you, I mean, next to you, has a weapon in it? Would you feel so safe knowing that this person is unstable and they're carrying a weapon? Would you feel so safe? I don't think so. You don't know the mind of another person. You don't know their stability. The way the world is right now, we cannot judge where a person is at. So I would like to know that we do our job um, in the diligence that we do it in, the way that we do it in. And people get irritated at the fact that they're like, oh, I guess you guys are just more stringent, or I guess, you're a little bit more picky, and they get irritated. But think about it. We're just being safe. And if you feel that I did my job a little bit more, or that I'm being a little bit more picky, or that I looked at your bag a little bit harder, I don't know, then so be it. So be it. I will. Because I want to know that I did my everything to know that that plane is safe and that everyone in that plane is safe. I'm not just concerned about the one person, I'm concerned about everyone who boards that plane. So if you just happen to be that upset person because I found your pocket knife and I had to take it away, you have an option to go check it in. I don't just take it away. You have options. If your plane is leaving and you're like, I don't have time, then so be it. So be it. That's not my problem any longer. But you have to go and check it in. Other than that, I have to take it away because I'm not just thinking about you. You may say, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm a safe person. I don't know that about the next person who's carrying a knife. I don't know about the next person who's carrying a weapon. I have to do my job. And right now, I have to do my job without getting paid. So it's hard. It's hard. I have to say that it is hard to do this and know that I'm not getting paid and then have people get upset with me, throw attitude at me. And I'm like, okay, you don't know what I'm doing for you. You don't know why I'm doing this, and you don't know how much I am dealing with right now coming here and knowing that my bills are piling up, knowing that I have to send letters to my creditors. You don't know, but I'm still here. I'm still here. And that's the thing. So the affirmation is, as I love others, I reflect the heart of Christ. And that is why I do what I do. Because I don't just work for the US government. I don't just work for Homeland Security or TSA. I serve the King of Kings. And that is where my foundation lies. That is where my core is at. I may not get paid dollar bills right now, but I know that my Father in heaven is my provider, and I know it doesn't matter. I will continue to serve him with all that I have. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard when that kind of stuff happens. So, like I said, I can't speak for everyone else at work. I can't speak for anyone else, but I can speak for myself, and I'm being honest. And if my authenticity and if my honesty is wrong, then so be it. But it is what it is. So, your action step for today is that rest and reset. Like I said, it's not a 7-day where rest and reset happens on a Sunday. But this 7 days is the 7 days, and it is the end of our 7 days. 7 days, 14 days today. Write down 3 ways you can lead with love this week. One area where you want to grow next. Write down 3 ways you can lead with. I know how I can, because like I said, it is hard. It is hard. If you come across me at the checkpoint and I am smiling and I greet you the way I greet you, and you're like, how do you smile the way you do? If you were that person, thank you. Thank you. Because that really helped. But until tomorrow, where we go to 15 days and we will be on week 3. So it will be obstacles, overcoming obstacles, because the ALOHA of Aloha, affirmations and actions, leadership and love, overcoming obstacles, health and healing, and acute awareness. Week 3 will be overcoming obstacles. So we will start that tomorrow on day 15 of our 90, overcoming obstacles. And I think that will be a good one because, like I said, it is hard and it's a long time that we have been in this shutdown. Pray that they figure it out and they vote and they decide that it is now time to, whatever they do, release the shutdown, open up the government. I don't know how they word it. Honestly, I don't watch the news. I hear everything from my husband because he tells me. So I just know when it is, when it stops. I don't like watching the news. I know someone will tell me that I'm wrong for not watching, but until tomorrow, I hope you guys all soon. Have a blessed day. God's blessings always, and a hui ho, aloha.
Thank you for joining us here on the Walking in Aloha, Let's Talk Story podcast. Before leaving, please hit that subscribe button. God's blessings always, and a hui ho.